The dangers of being too kind. 8 unexpected ways excessive generosity can have negative effects. We've all been taught the value of giving, sharing, and placing generosity above our personal interests. But has anyone warned us about the potential perils of excessive kindness and compassion? In our world, not every act of generosity is reciprocated. It's a world filled with generous souls who find themselves drained, both financially and emotionally, due to indiscriminate giving. Could being excessively generous even jeopardize our own well-being? Today, I want to shed light on the unexpected negative consequences that kindness can sometimes bring. I'll unveil 8 things that can happen when you're excessively giving and introduce 4 Stoic strategies to safeguard yourself from being taken advantage of. Without further delay, let's dive into number 1. You may develop unrealistic expectations of people. The Stoics stressed the importance of accepting circumstances as they are and not tying our happiness to the actions of others. By giving without expecting too much in return, you can shield yourself from disappointment and practice emotional detachment, leading to greater peace of mind. It's natural for us to expect some level of reciprocity when we extend our generosity. But when we consistently give our all, we may unconsciously expect others to do the same. Eventually, you become the go-to person for everyone's problems, including your own. Why would others take responsibility when you willingly shoulder their burdens? In reality, your expectations of reciprocity often go unmet, leaving you with a sense of frustration and disappointment. However, approaching this dispassionately, it's essential to recognize that people aren't necessarily failing you. They're simply doing what they've grown accustomed to, relying on your unwavering support. Now let's move on to number 2. People will come to expect your constant giving. According to the Stoics, true value arises from acting in alignment with virtue and reason, not merely meeting others' expectations. Striving for moderation in your generosity, maintaining balance, and retaining control over your actions are key to preserving your emotional well-being. Humans are creatures of habit, naturally inclined to adapt to routines and the status quo. This propensity is precisely where the concept of the comfort zone stems from. When you become known for your perpetual giving, those benefiting from your kindness will begin to expect it as the norm. Consequently, they may neglect their own obligations, relying on your unwavering support. The challenge you'll face in such a scenario is an erosion of your self-worth. If you don't value yourself, it's unlikely that anyone else will encourage you to prioritize your own needs. Don't expect them to advocate for your well-being. They're too busy enjoying their personal Robin Hood. Regrettably, this arrangement comes at a high cost to your life. Moving on to number 3, your priorities may be disregarded. The Stoics emphasized living in harmony with reason and virtue, which includes setting boundaries and placing your own responsibilities first. It's crucial for maintaining equilibrium and preserving your authenticity and well-being. By continuously putting others before yourself, you risk compromising your own priorities and authenticity. It's important to remember that practicing generosity should never come at the expense of your own needs and responsibilities. If you're constantly pouring your energy into other people's priorities, you might be running away from something within yourself that causes you pain and fear. How do you feel when you spend weekends alone or return home knowing no one is eagerly waiting for you? It can be tough, and the emotional toll can be doubly harsh because sooner or later, you'll confront your inner self. Simultaneously, your mood can sour as you neglect your own priorities to tend to others. Self-care is pivotal for well-being. Before offering comfort to others, ensure you feel content, nurtured, and well taken care of yourself. It's akin to enjoying a chocolate before sharing one or tidying your own house before volunteering to clean a friend's. You should come first, then the rest of the world. Moving on to number 4. You might be perceived as weak and treated accordingly. Stoicism urges us to cultivate inner strength and self-control. By setting boundaries and practicing self-discipline, you convey your commitment to your own responsibilities and values, earning respect. However, If you help excessively, you may inadvertently give off an impression of weakness. Without boundaries, people may see you as someone who can't say no, which undermines your authority. Using that magic word no can surprise them and foster respect. Now, number 5, you'll attract those who only come to you when they need something. Stoicism teaches us to value discernment and wisdom. Through self-control and objectivity, we can distinguish genuine individuals from opportunists seeking to take advantage. Suddenly, friends may exclude you from gatherings, only reaching out when they need something. It's a logical outcome, but it's not necessarily fair. To avoid this, you must learn strategies to protect yourself, which I'll share shortly. Number 6, you'll primarily attract takers, not givers. By practicing Stoic discernment, we can foster authentic, mutually beneficial relationships. The energy we emit attracts people into our lives. Low vibrations draw negative, pessimistic, and opportunistic individuals. When we give indiscriminately, we lose energy and vibrate at a low frequency, magnetizing those in need or seeking to exploit us. And number 7, you might fall into addiction. The Stoics advocated moderation and self-control. Exercising discipline and generosity helps us avoid addictive patterns and maintain a healthy relationship with our actions and choices. When scarcity becomes the norm, the risk of addiction increases. It's crucial to strike a balance. Hence, someone close to you might eventually notice that you're overindulging in certain behaviors, whether it's excessive drinking, eating, or gambling. Pay heed to their concerns, even if your initial reaction is anger and defensiveness. Understand that their intentions stem from care and concern, as they want the best for you. Sometimes, when we're deeply immersed in our issues, we fail to recognize them ourselves. So take their observations seriously. They're there to help you break free from detrimental patterns and move forward. Number 8, you may raise suspicions. Stoicism encourages us to act virtuously, irrespective of others' perceptions. By aligning our actions with our principles and values, we can build an authentic reputation that withstands baseless suspicions. Although it would be ideal for kindness to be universally appreciated, genuinely kind individuals are not plentiful in this world. Consequently, your kindness may be met with suspicion instead of admiration and gratitude. It won't take long before people begin to wonder about your true intentions, believing that you must have hidden motives. While this may indicate a group of distrustful individuals, it's more likely that they are simply being cautious. Many overly eager individuals often conceal ulterior motives, making it prudent to exercise caution when accepting help. Now, let's delve into the strategies to shield yourself from being used. Strategy number 1, listen to your feelings. Your emotions serve as valuable messengers, and in accordance with Stoic principles, self-awareness is crucial. Pay close attention to your emotions and feelings. By doing so, you can identify whether you're giving excessively and draining yourself emotionally. This self-awareness will enable you to recalibrate your focus and establish a healthier balance. If helping others makes you feel overwhelmed, drained, angry, or used, it's time to heed your feelings. If something to which you have no obligation causes significant discomfort, it's essential not to deceive yourself. Recognize how the assistance you're providing impacts your well-being. Strategy number 2, lose the fear of saying no. Following Stoic teachings, acknowledge that your time and energy hold value and should be allocated consciously and judiciously. It's okay to say no when necessary to maintain your equilibrium. Embrace the word no as a tool to protect your well-being and maintain a sense of balance in your life. Therefore, saying no in situations where you feel overwhelmed or when a request is unfair is an exercise in self-control. Although the word no is often associated with negativity and pessimism, it's crucial to overcome our reluctance to use it. Refusing unreasonable demands is a means of preserving your well-being and steering clear of unnecessary risks. Consider practicing in front of a mirror, convincing yourself that saying no is the path to regaining your freedom. Strategy number 3, allocate time and space for yourself, respecting them. Following Stoic principles of self-discipline and self-respect, it's vital to set aside dedicated time and space for self-care. Engage in activities you enjoy, whether it's practicing yoga, drawing, or simply savoring a cup of tea while listening to music. Prioritize completing your obligations promptly, ensuring you have time for these self-nurturing moments. If someone seeks your help during these sacred times, they must be respectful and cooperative. Without hesitation, kindly decline their request and relish that time solely for yourself. If you prefer a softer approach, offer your assistance at a different time while making it clear that your availability is limited due to your commitment to self-care. Strategy number 4. Identify and distance yourself from energy vampires. In line with Stoic principles of self-discipline and discernment, recognize which relationships uplift you and which drain your emotional energy. By creating distance from individuals who continually deplete your energy without offering positivity in return, you demonstrate self-care and apply Stoic self-control in your relationships. It's important to understand that attempting to help energy vampires is often futile. They tend to inundate you with complaints, problems, and a generally pessimistic outlook on life. They may resist resolving their issues because it would mean ceasing their habit of complaining. Thus, it's best to redirect your efforts towards maintaining your own well-being. In conclusion, according to Stoic wisdom, life's optimal measure lies in finding the middle ground, and generosity is no exception. Giving too little may cast you as selfish, while giving excessively can leave you depleted of energy, time, and perhaps even financial resources. Strive for the shades of gray, which represent a balanced approach to prioritizing both others and yourself. In moments of uncertainty, always remember the magic word, no. This word can be a powerful tool in safeguarding your well-being. And that concludes our journey into the fascinating world of the law of attraction. Thank you for watching. To receive a very powerful ancient technique to attract abundance, visit the link in the description of this video, and don't forget to subscribe.